Alright guys, it's me, Warrior Punk. Today I'm going to give you a little preview of the PC version of Oddworld New and Tasty, which is out on Steam, GOG and the Humble Bundle store tomorrow, the 25th of February. So I'm not going to get into huge details or spoil anything about the game, but I'm just going to give you a little teaser of what to expect in the PC version. So honestly, this video is really for the people who are like kind of undecided if you want to buy the game, need more information, or just don't know what Oddworld is. So yeah, again, I'm not going to spoil any storylines if you don't know what the game is. I'm just going to give you this is what the PC version is, and this is what you're going to expect if you buy it. Okay, so I'm in game now. Welcome to Oddworld New and Tasty. This is the main menu after you've started a save file. So as you can see, I've got full mouse control in the menus, which is very nice indeed. Okay. Go to the settings, controls. We'll look more into this when we're actually in the game, but as you can see, there's a lot of control options. Graphics as well, I'm going to get into while I'm in game. But you can tweak them while you're in the menu, but you can't really see the effects as well as the audio. You know, you're not going to really do much for the audio. You can put subtitles on in the cutscenes, which is really nice, actually. Really cool. And as for extras, you've got the DLC coming, Alpha Escape, which is in the chapters, and you've got the Scrub Abe. I don't know where that is, actually, the Scrub Abe outfit, but yeah. Let's just go straight into the game now. I've already started a save file. I've actually already completed the game, but, you know, that's another story. And the cutscenes, if you've completed the game before, you can just skip them, which is really nice. So at the minute I'm using a controller. I'm using the PS4 controller to move. It works absolutely fine. Pretty much identical to the PS4 itself. I don't actually have a Xbox 360 controller to test it with, but what I do know is, what I assume I know is it works fine with that as well. It works with all controllers quite well. As you can see on the LCD screen over there, it gives you the button prompts which are in the 360 controls. Which is very nice indeed. But for people who don't want to use who don't have a controller or don't want to use a controller, you can just switch between the keyboard and the controller. So go to the settings, go into controls, and go into the top one, which is input method. Go to keyboard. Now the keyboard. Now this is where I'm most familiar with, guys, because I played Oddworld back in the day with the keyboard, and it's my home. I know this. I know the controls so much. Well, saying that though, the default controls aren't like the Abe's Odyssey controls, so it's not the arrow keys and shift and control. It's similar, but instead the movement controls are WASD or WASD. I have actually rebound them to what they were like in Abe's Odyssey and Abe's Exodus. That's just my personal preference. I'm not saying you need to do this, but this is what I personally think is. I like that. That's my control method. So yeah, I've rebounded to what I like. Unfortunately, I can't have multiple commands onto one button. So in the original Abe's Odyssey, Z was to fire Slig's weapon as well as other things. In this game, you can't do that. So I have to go to the controls. What am I using? I can use my controller. Keyboard layout, and as you can see, I've rebounded to what I like. So as you can see, Slig's shoots C at the minute. Hang on. Actually, I reckon I've done this wrong. Actually, I reckon that would work. So I'll spawn a Slig in a minute. No, man, that's just me being an idiot. Let me just spawn a Slig. Oh yeah, that works. Okay, so no mind. So you can have multiple functions on one key. Sorry, that is my bad. I had no idea you could do that until now. So that's just ignore me. And another cool thing about the keyboard features is you can have the game speak into the top the top number buttons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, just like the original. So the game controls like the original, which is very nice. If you have never played this game, what I will say is it's not exactly the same as Abe's Odyssey. There are a few things in the game, some improvements which make the game better, but there are some movement things that are a bit slow compared. So, for example, you running and then sliding the other direction. That is not as quick as in the original Abe's Odyssey. At least to me, it isn't. But apart from that, honestly, it controls so much like the original. And alright, as well as the keyboard layouts, they have the classic control options. So the button to run and sideways hop. So these basically make it more like the original in terms of control. So if I turn them off, which was a problem that people found in the first place, but it doesn't really work on the keyboard. But on the controller, you just walking left makes you run, and people didn't like that. And also hopping it was pretty hard to hop in that game. You had to, you know, on the keyboard you have to arrow space, whereas space is just jump up. So my recommendations, guys, is seriously these two options down here. Turn these on. It makes the game play so much better. And if you played the original, you're already familiar with it anyway. So that's just me. Yeah, it works a lot well. Like, hopping is so much easier. There's no like slight movement and then hopping, which can give away your position, as well as you know, making you run into bombs and stuff, which is a problem. It can be a problem actually. Yeah. So what else can I talk about? I've put an FPS counter at the top thanks to Steam's new thing that it can do, and it's currently running at 100 frames per second. This game runs very, very well. I've never had a problem in terms of lag spikes or it crashing. It's just a perfect optimized game. Now we'll turn off the electric field. I'm actually going to do a full playthrough of this game with all the Mudokons saved soon, so I'm not going to save all of them right now in this little preview, but you know. So yeah, the game runs really well, and I have no issues whatsoever in terms of performance I've found. If I go to the graphics options, I can give you some graphics changes. So this is the graphics menu. You can turn VSync on. So this will, if you don't know what VSync is, this makes the frame rate go to 60, or that's it. 60 is the max. You can't go any higher. This basically reduces the this basically stops any screen tearing happening, which can be kind of ugly sometimes. It's a personal thing. I can see it in some games. Other games I'm not bothered about, but in this game the screen tearing's not too bad. There are a few in the cutscenes which is kind of noticeable, but not too noticeable at all really. That's just fine. But honestly, the game runs perfectly well without VSync, well, obviously VSync as well. So my personal preference, I'll turn it off because I want more frames. It's just me. Full stream options, you've got the resolutions. Now, this is something that people with 4K monitors or 3K monitors, whatever they are, will really like. So this option here turns your monitor to ridiculous sizes. It's a little nice extra feature that they added, which is very nice by them. So yeah, graphics qualities. You turn these little bars down. Admittedly, that it's not the best menu in the world, and really it's not. But you know, that's just a personal dig. So this is what the game looks like with low graphics. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like an N64 game. But, you know, if you have a really low spec computer or laptop, this could make the game run for you. So, always consider that. If you have low frame rate with high graphics, just turn your graphics down. But I will always recommend you getting a decent, beefy computer graphics, because the game looks brilliant. Okay, so I'm in another area now, which is Scrabania, and just try out some more settings in a different environment to test them all out. Right, so we did graphics quality. Texture quality is what you think it is. Shadow quality, you know, you can just turn off the shadows completely, which is, you know, up to you. I don't see why you would, but whatever. Again, it could be for the performance issues, which this game has none, but you know, if you have a low spec computer. Anti-aliasing, we turn that down. And anisotropic filtering, we turn that down as well. So the game looks... Well, honestly, I can't really tell. I'm not really a graphics nut. You know, I'm not really an expert on graphics, but... Right, decide for yourself. I can't tell the difference, honestly. I don't know why I'm doing this, but... So as you can see, if you've never seen this game before, guys, this game has ragdoll physics, and they are hilarious. Now we're going to talk about the price. I personally feel there's no issue at all, because I really do think the game is worth the asking price. It's well worth it. I mean, I've enjoyed this game more than any, you know, AAA title, which is like $60. Not only do you get an amazing remake of Abe's Odyssey, but you also get, you know, you get Steam achievements, you get Steam trading cards, which can get you Steam backgrounds and little like emoticons and badges on your Steam profile. That's all optional stuff, but it's nice that it's in the game anyway. I mean, other than that, they've got leaderboards. If you're a speedrunner and you want to get good at the game, there's an online leaderboard, tells you about all the different times, and yeah. And honestly, the game runs on pretty much anything, so if you have a pretty bad computer, chances are you can play this game. I mean, a minimum requirements in terms of graphics is a Radeon HD 5770 or an NVIDIA GTX 260, which is like really low spec graphics cards. I mean, the recommended graphics card is a 6850 or a 560. I mean, I played the game with a 660 Ti, and it blew out the water. I mean, this game is, you know, again, I've already explained that the game is really well optimized, so it runs on anything. So at least that's the worry. I mean, if you don't want to spend the money on a game that you didn't think it won't run, well, chances are, depends what you've got, but I reckon it will run quite well. Really, there is nothing else I can really speak about this game. This game is honestly amazing. It plays well. It looks amazing. It's one of the best ports actually I've seen in a long time, and like it's true. Like this game runs so well. It runs much better than the PS4 version, which played well anyway. It's just an amazing optimized game. It really is. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching. I really do hope this has been informative in some way, and hopefully I have convinced you to buy the game, because it really does deserve your attention. It's so good. So yeah, the game is available on Steam, GOG, the Humble Store for $14.99 or your regional equivalent. It's well worth the asking price, like I've already said. And yeah, that is it, guys. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more of this game, check out my channel. I've got a PlayStation 4 playthrough, as well as a PC 100% all Mudokkin saved playthrough coming up soon. And I also do Oddworld news updates when they appear. So if you want to hear the latest Oddworld news, subscribe to my channel and I will inform you. And hopefully, guys, fingers crossed, we'll get the Abe's Exodus remake announced soon. Oh my god, please be a thing. Oh. Alright, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Goodbye.